Alright, we're going to talk about massing. So what I've actually done is I've created just a basic rectangle. So it gives me an area of 100 by 200 feet. So I just want to create various planes over here, and I'm going to go to Mass and Siding at level 1, and I'm going to create a mass. What this does, it just creates an outline for me, and it says it's turned off. Do you want to turn it on? I'll say sure. It says we're going to call it Mass 1, and I say sure. So then I say, well, what do I want to do on that floor plan? On that plane, I'm going to just create a mass that goes here and here. And I want to do a little curve, funky curve that goes here to here. And I want my curve, let's say, be shaped like this. All right. So essentially that's what I did. I want to look at it in 3D, and what I did was I created a shape like that. I'm going to go to level 4, and I'm going to look underneath at this level, and I'm just going to create another mass. All right, so I'm just going to go this shape, and I'm just going to go from here to here, and I'm just going to create a shape that goes from there to there, and it does this. I'm going to look at that in 3D, and it looks like this. I'm going to go to level 6, and I'm just going to create a shape. And I've done this so that I can see that lower level down below. So once again, I'm going to go here, there, and I'm just going to do a little curve. That's just a little bit, oops. I'm just going to do a curve that goes from here to here. And all of these lines have to be enclosed polylines, so no buts about it. Okay, looking at it in 3D, I've created essentially 3 planes. Now I'm in that intermediate zone that I've created these 3 planes. What I would like to do is turn them into a form, and in this case, a positive form. So I'm going to say create, and it says we're about to do that, and I say, yeah, fine. So I'm going to pick all 3 of them. It's going to recognize I want all 3 of them to be connected into a shape. So I'm going to go here, solid, and it's just made me a shape, and I just check it. Then I can actually pick the shape and just twirl it and start looking at the shape that I've actually created. So I can actually see what kind of shape I created. I'm going to look at the level 1, and I'm just going to cut a section. I'm going to carve a section through it this way, and I know on level 6 it looks like this. And I can actually make it look like it's wireframe, so it actually shows me what's going on from the lower level to the upper level. So this is level 1, and this is number 6. So I want to do a section carving, cutting right through here. So, or I can just look at that elevation, whichever you like. So that elevation being my north elevation, it looks like this. I'm going to go back to level 1. I'm going to just cut a section right through here. So just so that it gives me a sort of an effect, what I also want, not to get your act together, and I just want to cut a section, just a simple section, and I want it to be flipped, looking this way, and that's fine, all the way to the other end, and I can look at it the opposite direction. That's my section 1, and it goes like this, and so that's what I get to see. I have no floors over here, the shape goes like this. So now I'm going to go in 3D and pick my object, and I'm going to say I want to assign floors based on the floor plans that I've actually created. So if I go to this, I've created 6 floors, each one of them 10 feet apart. So the mass goes like this. So now I would like to just turn it into floors, and it says how many floors. I can pick which floors I want, or I can actually, check all of them however you wish. I'm going to check all of them, and I'm going to say OK. And when I look at it this way, it shows floors. But remember, none of this is real. I have to assign each one of these to certain thickness, to certain walls, in order for it to understand what it is that I want to do. So you can just take that facade, that whole mass, and you can just edit it and give it all kinds of elements. You can give it a skin, you can modify it by going to the corner, and if you don't like that the way it is, you can actually shape it this way. If you don't care for it, you can actually go to the middle of it and say, oh, I really would like to sort of bump it out this way. You could do a lot of things, but you have to do it with knowledge. You could also take that and in the middle and say, oh, I'm just going to move this whole line up. All kinds of things that you can do, but you have to do it with awareness. So what I would do is I wireframe using various reference planes so you know exactly what you're doing and go from that point on. So this is how you create a mass with its floors. And once you do it, it's ready for you to do all kinds of things with it. This is for creating conceptual mass with reference to the floors.